Hi, guys. Welcome back to my page. Welcome back to my space. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. What's going on? Please like and share this video. This really is a quick one. I know I say this all the time, but this really is. And let me do a quick sound check to make sure that you guys can hear me before we continue. Because I really wanted to continue to touch on this revisionist history. And what's really triggering this, honestly, is just the lies that this man continues to tell. And I also wanted to address this thing where he said, anyone knows how to block an entire country. Yeah. Now you want to block an entire country. Yeah, okay. Now you want to block an entire country. Now that they no longer have patience for you. Okay. And yeah, now that they no longer have patience for you, now that people are starting to hold you accountable. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. For you now that So now that people are starting to hold you accountable for, and they're just like, all of a sudden, you want to block an entire country. Why are you asking people on your space? Why are you asking people on the internet how to block an entire country when don't you have those Oduga friends anymore? Don't you have those friends at Meta that can help you? Whatever happens to them? Whatever happens to those top friends of yours that can help you block anyone? Why not reach out to them? Why not ask them to help you block whoever you don't want, block the country? That should be easy, right? That should be easy peasy. So I want to touch on that. And I also want to, yesterday when I was discussing this, somebody actually raised a point. Somebody reminded me of a time when he defended her. One of the times, we covered some of it yesterday, but there were multiple occasions where he defended her, only for him to now turn around and act as if his ex-wife wasn't always who she was. Now he wants to pretend as if, this attitude, this behavior, the way she dresses and the way she carries on, Peggy now trying to act as if this was something that happened overnight, which is not the case. And somebody actually reminded me the situation with the yellow bikini yesterday. Shout out to the person, I can't remember who did, but someone commented in the comment, and I tried to look for it, but it's in a different computer where I saved those things. But then today, this is an article from LIB, and this article is from Cherka. Let me see. I believe this article is from 2018. Yeah, it's from 2018. This article was July 20, 2018 was when this article was published. Okay, when Korra posted this was a video. These are the stills from a video. So Korra posted this, and people in the comments were dragging her for what she was wearing. People in the comments, they had some things to say about it. And guess who came out to defend? He. This is what he posted. Okay? This is the same man that wants people to believe that, no, she wasn't always like this. This was a man who took so much pride and so much joy, okay, in seeing her. It wasn't because he was proud of her. Don't make no mistake about this. It wasn't because he was so proud of her body or whatever. The reason why he was doing this, why he was supporting her then, is because there was money to be made. He was making money on her head. He was making money on her head, and so he was benefiting from it, and that's the reason why. And the only thing that has changed between every other time that he had defended her in the past and now is because the money is no longer coming. She cut him off. She stopped giving him money. She filed for divorce. That's literally the only thing that changed. Because when he was benefiting from her, when he was enjoying the proceeds from all of the things that she was doing, he didn't have a problem. He was in the comment section defending her. He was in the comment section defending her. They will make videos. They will make videos together of him defending her. And now, because the money is no longer coming because she cut him off, and now he wants to act like this is not the woman that he married. The lies. Like nothing has changed about this woman. Literally nothing. Now you're talking about this is not the woman you married. This is him defending her. They were saying some really vicious things to her in the video. Okay, they were saying some vicious things to her, and here he came. He was like, why is everyone so judgmental? Korra is a beautiful soul, and I, as her husband who shot this video, support her. You keyboard warriors need to chill and focus on your own lives. And then she came and she said, thanks, my king. It was okay. Because there was money to be made. He wanted to make her the Beyonce of Africa, remember? Remember? What does Beyonce do on stage? Beyonce dances. She shows off her body. She does all kinds of things. She shows her talent. Like we said yesterday, this is the same man who admitted to using Adobe Premiere Pro to edit the waist to make it move faster. Because it wasn't moving fast enough, okay? So he had to do it. This is a man who exploited his wife. Exploited her. I don't want to hear whether, oh, it was her decision, it was what she wanted, rah, rah, rah. In this life, we all have a choice. If you're in a dating situation with somebody, you're dating them, and they are doing certain things, or their line of work, or their moral values, or whatever, does not align with yours, what do you do in that scenario? You walk away. If their moral values does not align with yours, if their ethics, that he keeps talking about ethics, if their ethics and their principles does not align with yours, you move away. You leave them. You don't continue in a relationship with them, marry them, defend them, only for you to now turn and act as if it wasn't you all those years ago defending. It's one thing for you to even say, my opinions have changed, my moral standards have changed, my values have changed. But what really grinds my gears when it comes to Peggy is when he tries to act like those years did not happen. That he wasn't actively defending her, he wasn't actively supporting her, he wasn't actively doing any of the things that we saw him in 4K do. So that's the thing that really doesn't sit well with me. If his argument, okay, his defense was, you know what, back that was then, that was me trying to support my wife and help her. This was her dream. I was trying to help it come to fruition. I will still call bullshit, okay? Because he's a liar. He's a pathological liar. And I have seen enough of the two of them to know that he was benefiting. All those things he's saying are nonsense. You know, he was benefiting. He was reaping the rewards of her trade, of her line of business, of her career. I will still call BS on it. But at least that is an argument that somebody can have. But for you to come and pretend as if those years did not happen, it wasn't you always on the sideline cheering her on and telling her, you know, and supporting her. And now only pretending as if those years did not happen, that is like so disingenuous. And because people are no longer buying it, that's why he's frustrated. People are no longer buying the narrative. That's why he's frustrated. Okay? And I see a bit of that frustration in Korra too. Because back in the day when they were married, when people will criticize her, when people will say awful things about what she's doing, her career, shaking her body, and the way that she dresses, she could always rely on him to come and defend her. I mean, obviously, he was benefiting from what she was doing financially, but he was always there to defend and talk about how she's this and she's that. He's the one filming the videos. He's the one doing this and that. And now, and as a result of that, a lot of people learn to back off. A lot of people, the mindset, mostly in Nigeria, is like, okay, fine. If the husband likes it, I love it. If the husband is saying that he's the one shooting these videos and exploiting her and posting them and he's co-signing this, then who am I to criticize when the husband is right there? But now she doesn't have that. And that's where a lot of the frustration, now that's the reason why she's transferring her frustrations at Nigerians, because she doesn't have the man who was exploiting her, the man who was taking advantage of her, the man who was coming out to say, well, I'm okay with this. To the point where now he's trying to lie. Now he's trying to lie and claim that he wasn't on board, he wasn't okay. Oh, he wanted a traditional marriage. Like, how do you want a traditional marriage from a woman that has never changed? She has always been the same way. Why are you now complaining about traditional marriage? You wanted a traditional marriage, but you saw her. She was your meal ticket. She was your retirement plan. You knew that as soon as you marry her, you will never have to work again. You will never have to do anything, because you saw that she's very entrepreneurial. You saw that she's very hardworking. You saw that she was also willing to come and claim that you were the one doing things for her, that she was doing for herself, that she will cover your shame, as a lot of women sadly do. They'll be buying things for themselves. They'll be taking care of themselves, but they'll be lying and pretending and acting as if it is their husband that is doing those things for them. So yeah, you were obviously benefiting from it. And he saw her. He saw somebody that was going to give him the life that nobody else could have given him. Surely, if he had married an Oyinbo woman, of course he would have had to work hard. Of course he would have had to love her for real. And he doesn't have that. He doesn't have love in his heart. He doesn't have love. You can't give what you don't have. Because if he had married an Oyinbo woman, he would have had to wake up every day and actually try. Wake up in the morning, go and get a job. And the Oyinbo woman will not be here pretending as if you're the one that is the breadwinner in the family. You're the one making the money and bringing it home. Oyinbo woman will call you out. If you don't come correct, and you guys are content creators on social media, Oyinbo woman will blast you. Oyinbo woman will not put up with the things that your Nigerian wife put up with for so long. If you're not contributing to the home, which Oyinbo woman do you want to marry and not be contributing and be carrying her money and traveling everywhere? Which Oyinbo woman is going to tolerate that? The only person that would have tolerated that was the one. Even all these Black women that you have tried to move on with, none of them will put up with this. None of them. Yeah, they might enjoy, they might capitalize on, a lot of them fantasize about being with Oyinbo men, okay? A lot of them fantasize about being with Oyinbo men. They might tolerate the abuse, they might tolerate the emotional, psychological, maybe even physical abuse. They might tolerate it from you. They might put up with it, But when it comes to their money, never. They will never put up with it. They will never, ever, ever let you mess with their money. They will never use their money to feed you. Or maybe they will, because you obviously you know the kind of women that you're looking for. Low self-esteem having women like that. Tasia, you know. But you know very well that if you try it with an Oyinbo woman, you are gone. Not only will you be gone if you try with an Oyinbo woman, you will be blasted all over social media. You will be blasted. Your secrets will come out. You won't even try. What kind of, like, no Oyinbo man will tolerate a man pretending to be something on social media. You'll be out there pretending to be a lawyer, a doctor, which you are not. You are a chiropractor. So, yeah. It was him defending her. When people were dragging her for the way, again, like I said, this was why people were just like, okay, people grew accustomed to the shenanigans, and people were like, well, if the husband, every time she does something and people are dragging her, if the husband is here defending and even saying that he's the one shooting all the videos, who am I to continue to like talk? This was LIB a few years ago in 2018. These were some of the things that people were saying about her. Somebody says, this one no get shame. Mami water in full action. Another one say possessed. If even Turkey get meat past this one. Like they were just saying all kinds of things. And he came back with the husband, with the supportive, being the supportive husband that he claimed to be. He came back and he was like, why is everyone so judgmental? Let me tell you, okay? You see this man, don't be fooled by this, the quote unquote defense. Don't be fooled by it. Because even though he's here defending her, he very, very much loved the fact that people were dragging her. Because it was chipping away her self-esteem. People were dragging, they were body shaming her. And make no mistake, and don't ever think that he wasn't enjoying all the dragging. He wasn't enjoying all the things that they were saying about her. Because he was. He was. And if he didn't know, if he didn't believe in his heart that coming to defend her was going to also be in his best interest, you think he would have done it? No. Because by then, they were putting on this image of, you know, an Oyinbo man, an over-the-top Nigerian woman who's out there living, you know, with such reckless abandon, not caring about anything, and just living her best life, with an Oyinbo man who is a little bit level-headed and quote-unquote a doctor, because this was when they were still selling the narrative that he was a doctor, you know. So he's an Oyinbo man who's quote-unquote level-headed, you know, who's quote-unquote a doctor, who's quote-unquote supportive, and so they balance each other out. This was their thing. This was their shtick. This was their shtick. This was what they had. And so whenever he will come out to, can you guys hit the like button, especially Facebook people? Please, Facebook, like. Thank you. Facebook, I see all of you here. Please do me a solid and hit the like button. So clearly, he was benefiting. Even him coming out to announce, to tell people to back off, it was all self-serving. It was all in his best interest. I would not even be surprised, knowing what we know now, I would not even be surprised if maybe she actually bribed him with money or something to come and defend her. I would not be surprised. Because that entire relationship, it was her always begging him not to bring whatever was going on inside, not to bring it outside. and he was always threatening to go public about their issues. So I will not be surprised, because ultimately the cause, the beginning, the middle, and the end, what is causing this is money. Come on, Facebook, we can do better. We can at least get 80 likes in this place. At least 80. Okay? And that's just me just like being conservative and not being greedy and saying, yeah, we can at least get 80 people here. Okay? So if this this coming out to defend her, if it was not in his best interest, he would never have come out. Never. He never would have come out. But he knew that there was going to be something in it for him. Maybe there was something that she promised him before he did that, and then in addition to that, and then that it will also make him feel like the supportive, the very, very, very supportive husband that he tries so hard to paint himself to be. So that people can be like, you say, oh, he's such a good husband. Oh my gosh. He's such a good husband. Oh, look at him defending her. Oh. This was a man who took advantage because he knew that their public image was very, very important to her. And he's shameless. Look how comfortable he was to come out and say all the things that he said about the mother of his children. Like, he's shameless. He has no shame. And somewhere during the course of their marriage, she realized that. She knew that if she did not at least try to pacify him, he was going to blast all of their issues out on social media. She cared. She cared a great deal about, the image, about the way people portrayed her and viewed her. He does not care. He was willing to throw the baby out with the bathwater. He doesn't care. He's willing to do anything to destroy her if he can no longer be a benefactor of what she brings to the table. And now he wants to block a whole country. If you block a whole country, who's going to watch you? Nobody. Your people don't care. Who's going to watch you? If you block a whole country. Because sadly and unfortunately, we still have a lot of low self-esteem people who are watching you destroy the mother of your children. If you block a whole country, who's going to watch you? Who's going to give two hoots about you? No one. No one is going to care. And you know that all of this is just him in his feelings, because everything that he's tried to do hasn't worked. People stop believing you because people are now waking up to who you are. People are now removing the wool from their eyes, and they are now seeing that you are a fake. You are a liar, you are a gaslighter. People now see who you are, and people are not buying it anymore. And he knows that, and with each passing day that he's not able to convince people for anything, with each passing day that people are calling him out for his shenanigans, he gets even more unhinged. And that's the reason why now all of a sudden he's asking, how anyone knows how to block an entire country. Who's gonna watch you? Nobody else is gonna watch you. Nobody. You're irrelevant. When you were benefiting from that entire country, you didn't know, you didn't have a problem. But now that a lot of them are now like they've just had it with you. They've just had it with you. And now they're calling you out and you cannot take the heat. You were so happy when you were able to fool people. When you had Solomon Buchi, that you were communicating with, and Solomon Buchi will come and give information to and smear the name and the image and the reputation of your second ex-wife. Who's gonna watch you? Like seriously, who's gonna watch you? Who's gonna watch the crap that you post on social media? Who's gonna watch that crap? The boring ass crap. Who's gonna watch? The only people that will give you pity views are the people of the country that you're not trying to block. Block them and you become truly obsolete. You become truly irrelevant. Block them. And why are you asking people? Don't you have your tech friends at Meta? Don't you have your tech friends at Meta that you can contact and have them block an entire... Like, he lies a lot. He just lies. The lies. Joy says, exactly, who's gonna watch him? Most of his followers are Nigerians, so let him... Exactly. He knows it. Nobody else is gonna watch. Okay? Baby Na says, where is the education content he's been promising? He cannot give what he doesn't have. He cannot give what he doesn't have. He can use mouth to tell them about education content, but he cannot. Every time he tries to produce education content, nobody watches because it's boring. Like, who wants to watch that? They are only watching because they want to hear him drag his ex. They are only watching to hear him drag his ex. Whenever he produces educational content, nobody watches because, like, they can actually get educational content someplace else from actual chiropractors, actual professionals who actually know what they are saying and doing. Who's gonna leave a professional who take their job very seriously, who take their craft very seriously? Who's gonna leave them and come and be watching somebody that might literally paralyze you because his technique is so poor? Like, he does not have a hand. He does not have a handle on his techniques. By his own admission, in his head, the reason why they fired him in that imaginary Chinese Olympics team, the imaginary one that came touting, the reason why they fired him was because he was making the imaginary Olympics team worse than they were. Nobody cares. He tries to, every now and then, he will try to do the so-called educational content. Nobody cares because he's boring. The only time that those videos even get any kind of views is when he brings those so-called black people supposedly donating their body to science. It's only when he does that people even watch, and they're not even watching for the technique. They're watching to see him rough handle those shameless, low self-esteem having women. They are watching him dig his unwashed claws. I've been at pause in between their legs. They are watching him do soft pee. That's all they watch for. It's like a train wreck. You know you should not be looking, but you cannot look away. That's the only reason why they watch. And when he's not doing any of those so-called educational content with those black people, because even those women make it even interesting. As dry as they are, those women, even they at least try to make it interesting. Okay. So there you go. Mama Jocelyn said, "Oh yes, Jade, you are right. Solomon was one of the first to start dragging. He fizzled away like the rest of them after realizing he's full of shots." Yep, yep. We were all here when it happened. We were all here. We witnessed it all. He was among the first. I can't even recount how many times, lost count how many times I saw Solomon Bucci in his comment section. Doctor this, doctor that, you're right, doctor, you're right, doctor. In the same effort, he'll be posting things that he obviously received from Peggy, because he was not with them and they were chummy with each other. So it makes sense to assume that all of the rubbish that Bucci was spouting were all coming from Peggy. And now that he cannot, people have seen him for who he is. And that's what I always tell people, yeah. When things seem like they are so hard, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? I always tell people, just be patient. Just be patient. Eventually, people will catch on. Eventually, the truth will come to light. Eventually, people will see things for what they really are. Just be patient. Is what I tell people all the time. Okay? What goes up must come down, especially if it is a bad thing. Especially if it is a bad situation, it is something negative, something bad. It will surely come down. Just hang in there. You know how they say a lie travels faster than the truth. There's this thing that they say a lie can travel halfway around the world while the truth is putting on its shoes. But eventually, the truth does come out eventually. The truth does come out. And now that the truth is coming out, and he's no longer enjoying the support that he once enjoyed at the hands of Nigerians, all of a sudden he's now asking how to block an entire country. No. You are going to face their wrath. You're not going to block anything. You're going to face their wrath, because when they were joining you together, beat your ex, your second ex-wife, you were enjoying it. So now that they have now realized that between the two of you, you are the demon. You are the incarnate. You are the devil's incarnate. Now that they have now realized that, guess what's going to happen? You are going to collect. You go collect. As we say in Nigeria, you go collect. And now that you are collecting, that they are serving you, you no longer want to take it. You must take it. You must receive it. Now that the world have now seen that the emperor have no clothes, you claim that you were the strategist behind the curtain. You were the one solely responsible for her career. This is a woman who was teaching Indian choreography to Indians in Nigeria long before you came into her life. This is a woman who was hustling for her life long before you came into her life. But you want to tell people that it was you that is the architect, when now that her hard work, everything that she has done is now paying off, you want to claim victory over it. You know where you they mad, you they meant, as we say in Nigeria, you they meant, you they colo. There are people, right? It's not even there are people. Most successful artists, most successful stars, most successful entrepreneur, if you look back in their history, if you look back at their body of work, they would have done so many things that even you didn't know about. They would have done so many things that they have a catalog of things that they have done, and it just took the right time, it just took the universe, it just took being at the right time and the right place and God's timing and everything, and then doing one banger that the world could no longer ignore, for that person to blow. Sure, you get. So imagine a scenario like that. Somebody who's been working hard, somebody who's been putting all the effort and doing everything, and then the universe is now smiling on them. God, their efforts are not paying off. And then one riffraff somewhere will just come and try to claim reward for what they have no part in doing. So it's been how long now? It's been over 3 years. Look at the two of you. Look at your life and look at her life. Every year you are downgrading from one situation to another. Every year. This year you are in a studio. I have a feeling that in the next coming years, you're going to be taking residence at Skid Row. If you continue like this. You downgraded from your whatever bedroom that you had in your so-called mansion to a studio apartment. If this trajectory continue, I see a residence in Skid Row for you in your future. You, the so-called strategies behind the curtain, you've not been able to replicate the formula. You've not been able to do the same thing. You would think that the way he talks about how he's the strategies behind the curtain, you would think that by now he would have put like 4 women on. You would have thought that by now he would have put 4 women on. At this point, that there'll be 4 women. But instead, you can see the failure in his life, in his poor decision. Like I say all the time here, his home is a revolving door for Black women. All kinds of women that will come and be calling somebody else mommy. This is your life. Nonsense and coolie. Mr. Strategies behind the curtain. Every day he's reducing. Every day his quality of life is dropping. I was looking for something and then I found this. I laughed so hard when I saw this. I didn't even know this person posted this a while ago. I think it was when she became American citizen that the person posted this. The person says Korra is now a US citizen. Till today, this couple haven't told us the real reason they got divorced. Like, why you? This is crazy. They haven't told you. Why can't you use your tongue to count your teeth? He tells you every day. He tells you every day the reason why he got divorced. By his action, by the things that he's fixated on. For example, the money, 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 money. He shows you every day. He tells you every day the reason why. They got divorced because he no longer had access to her money. That's why. That's why they got divorced. Because he no longer, she cut him off. She decided that, is this how we are going to continue? I'm just going to be working and working and working and making all the money, and he's just going to be having a field day, living la vida loca. And don't try to correct me. The other time when I mentioned living la vida loca, somebody was like, la vida loca means the crazy life. You should say la vida something, something. I know. I like this one better. I like la vida loca better. Sounds better. You know, Ricky Martin even made a song about it. Don't correct me, please. Not on this. Correct me on things that matter. When I'm flowing, let me flow. La vida dolce. Say, don't say la vida loca, say la vida dolce. He's living the sweet life. I'm not saying la vida dolce. He's living la vida loca. But anyways, what was I saying? So yeah, she cut him off once she realized that this is not going to be sustainable. This is not going to be good for our children. For me to be working, monkey they walk, baboon they chop mentality, like we say in Nigeria. I'm not going to be working and putting money on, and this man is just spending the money willingly anyhow. She had to have a word with herself. She had to have a conversation with herself. And she got to a place where she's like, no, mas. No, 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 no. This is not sustainable. There is no future for the children in this. And so she cut him off. So to anybody that is still out there wondering why they broke up, then maybe you are slow. Maybe you're slow. Maybe you need to pay attention if you're still wondering about that. He tells you every day. Even up to yesterday, he told you. It's all about the money. Because she cut him off. She cut off all access to their money. Because she was the one making the money and he wasn't doing anything, and he got mad. And even when she offered to give him cake, he refused. He didn't want cake. He wanted her to give him back access to the money so that he can travel all he wants. He can do whatever. I remember how he used to flex. Every time he would come on live, he just wanted to say goodbye. He's traveling. Was always going on a weekend trip. Was always going on a boys trip, quote unquote, boys trip. Wink, wink. Wow. Hey. All that boys trip. Hey, God. It is a wild thing. 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 Every other weekend, he was always going on this boy trip. He was always going on a business trip. He was always going on this trip and the other trip. You will look at her. You will look at how he has aged, and look at how she's glowing. I actually saw a video some time ago. Oh my gosh. I saw a video of a girl who was dancing like Korra, also a Nigerian girl. I believe she lives in Germany or something. And the person was dancing like Korra, doing everything. So people were complimenting her. They were like, you are the German version of Korra. She's a Nigerian, this person that was also dancing. or somebody commented and said, you are the German based version of Korra. Oh my gosh, Korra 2.0. People were commenting, and then somebody said, but the healthy looking one. That was what the person comment. Somebody replied in that comment and said, the healthy looking Korra. When I saw that comment, it really touched me. I was like, wow. This was back then when she was married to him. She was the one making all the money, but he was the one looking young. Look at how he has aged. Just look at him now. Compare him now to before. Now she's glowing because she's actually benefiting. She's actually reaping the reward of all of her hard work. Because she's reaping the reward. She's no longer working for somebody to just live off of. When I saw that comment, I screenshotted the comment. So, I screenshot everything. I was just shaking my head. Like you can see, like you can see that she was stressed out with all the money that she was making. And because of that, because of how stressed out she looked, and she wasn't looking healthy, people will come and people will be saying in the comment that, she's so lucky, she's so lucky, that this Oyinbo even married her. They'll be saying all kinds of things. They'll be talking about how look at her. What is he even doing with her? What does he even see in her? Because the one that is making the money looks stressed out, look ashy, while the one that is enjoying it always had time to go to the salon, always had time to go to wherever and take care of himself. But look at them now. Look at the two of them. Just look. Every day he comes out looking like a mad person. But look at how she has glowed up. Look at her glow up. Look at her glow up. And look at him. So, yeah. So people that are still asking, these people have not told us why they broke up. Are you slow? Are you slow? Because if you're not slow, you would have heard him tell you why they broke up. Anyways, continuing, the person says, my intuition is telling me that Justin didn't know the issue they had will get to this stage. I keep telling people to stop threatening their spouse with divorce if they do not really mean it, because constant divorce threat will get the person you are threatening prepared. Congratulations to her, because this is huge. Now she can fight Justin man to man. When I read this, I laughed. I was like, no, now she can fight Justin man to woman, because in this context, Justin is the woman and she is the man. Now she can fight Justin man to woman. Because again, like I said, in this context, she is the man and he is the woman. And he has shown that time and time again. Somebody say, isn't he a doctor anymore? He was never a doctor. He was never a doctor. He was a chiropractor. So this was what the person was. This was what was exploiting his children. This one was the one where he was asking Does anybody know how to block a whole country? Want to block a whole country? Somebody commented and said, take your phone when you have dialed the country code, put inside refrigerator or deep freezer, leave it for 2 days, then remove the block that country, remove and block that country. Start from Nigeria. We're all making fun of him. Somebody said, delete your account. That will make it easy. Bruh, exactly. Yeah. All of a sudden, you are asking how to block the same people. The ingratitude there, the ingratitude of it all. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Somebody says, Jade, those foolish Oyimbos can make you age so bad. I remember when my older sisters came to visit me from Kenya, and they are in between 10 to 6 years older than myself. Do you know people were asking me if I was the oldest? I had to wake up. Paying bills for an ungrateful person is not for the fainted. It's not for the faint-hearted. Oh my gosh. Thank you for saying this. Thank you for admitting this. Because a lot of people want to pretend as if, oh, wow. Especially when they meet a good, kind-hearted woman that is of melanin, okay, persuasion. If they meet a kind-hearted woman of melanin persuasion, this is what they do. They will just turn that person into something else. They will just turn that person into their personal slave. Whatever they used to do before, they will just stop doing. If they used to be the breadwinner in the family, they will just stop being the breadwinner. They become so lazy. I'm glad you removed yourself from that situation. I'm happy for you, Naya. And imagine how difficult life is. Life is difficult for everyone by any standard. It doesn't matter if you're wealthy or not. If you're in a relationship or you're married and one person is the one doing everything, while the other one, it's not even a situation where even if you're the one making the money and you're bringing the money in, but the man, the man is helping you in other parts, in other situations, like helping you with the kids, or even something as measly as going to the grocery stores to buy things or taking out the garbage or one thing or the other. If the man is not contributing, it is so taxing on the body. It is so taxing on the body. This man does not do anything, just sat down every other week. He's traveling. How many more of those trips? Is it not only after we started mocking him about his non-travel since they broke up that he started pretending as if he's going somewhere? He doesn't go anywhere because all those things are expensive. You have to spend money. But he no longer has his ATM machine, his personal ATM, funding his lifestyle. He no longer has his personal ATM funding his lifestyle. And all of a sudden, he sat his nyash at home. Almost destroyed that woman. This is is why I will always speak when it comes to interracial relationships, because I don't like how the men, especially the Oyinbo men, I don't like how they take advantage of, the well-meaning intentions of our sisters. I don't like it, because they eventually at some point realize that, okay, these are sisters, value their interracial relationship, their communities seem to like it, and so their sister care for the relationship. Our sisters care for the relationship more than they do. Our sisters believe, this is what they think. Somehow they figure out that our sisters believe that the interracial relationship that they are in, they like it, so they want to remain in it. And so these men will start doing anyhow, misbehaving, because they believe that our sisters will put up with whatever. Because they believe that our sisters continue to like hide and pretend. Okay. Naya says, that's what my ex did. He completely stopped working. When my sisters visited, they felt sorry for me. Thank God I have a supportive family. They helped me move out. They will just quit. Look, if you just look at it, just look at their history, just look at the pattern of behavior. Look, just pick any interracial relationship where it's between a black woman and an Oyinbo man. Just look at it. They will just stop working. They'll now be claiming they are doing content together. They will just stop working. Become so reliant on the woman, because they know that the woman values that relationship, because they know that the woman is thinking, oh, people will shame me, people will laugh at me if the relationship ends, so I'm going to continue to put up with everything. It's like a blackmail thing. It's like a blackmail thing. Like they're blackmailing the woman. They know her weak point. They know what is important to her. They know that she values the public opinion. They know that she values the way the way the public sees her in this relationship. And so they'll start blackmailing her. Wait, I will divorce you. I'll leave you. I'll this, I'll that. Because they believe that she's going to be hurt by that, and she's going to do everything to avoid that, because she doesn't want the public embarrassment and public humiliation. Like, that is such a wicked thing. But they don't have conscience. They don't care. They only care about themselves. They have zero conscience. They have no conscience. The same man that is trying to rewrite history and pretend as if, oh, people just came out like that and started attacking him is the same man who made videos and videos and videos and videos and videos and videos and videos. He's the same man who made videos and videos and videos attacking her, accusing her. She didn't say anything until her sister came. They will just stop working. Just look at them. If you look at them and you look at other interracial relationships that are maybe black and Chinese or Asian or whatever, the dynamic is so different. It's so different. But with this Oyinbo, the men, they'll just stop working. Will they try? They will never try to their Oyinbo, to their fellow Oyinbo women. If they marry their Oyinbo women, they will never try it. If they marry their Oyinbo women, they will They will behave themselves because they know that they will have predominantly white viewers who are going to be watching, and they know that the kind of rubbish that our people unfortunately are willing to tolerate while watching this interracial relationship, the average Oyinbo viewer will not tolerate it. And that's the reason why he's been able to get away with it. Oh my gosh, if he had predominantly Oyinbo viewers, they would have ran this man out of social media a long time ago. If he had predominantly Oyinbo, they would have, I promise you, they would have ran him out of social media a long time ago. Because they would not have tolerated the things that, our people are willing to tolerate and put up with. They would have dealt with him a long time ago. But you see, our people, low self-esteem, fantasizing about interracial relationship, making excuses, white supremacy. They'll make excuses. They'll justify his behavior. I promise you, you see all the things that he fixed his mouth to come and say, those allegations that he made about his ex-wife. I promise you, if KO had been a white woman, he will not be the one starting it. He will be the one defending himself. If at all anybody was going to let the cat out of the bag, if anybody was going to malign anybody's name and smear anybody's name, it will not be him smearing her name. It would have been her. He would have been defending himself against that. Look at this one. This one's a good job that you really know how to give them crabs and get them out of their hidden places. Look at this one. Doesn't take much to impress all these ones. This one looks like a black woman in an interracial relationship. Somebody says, that's funny. Perhaps the White House can find a solution. Okay, I guess. Because he was hoping that the White House will solve all of his problems. Trump's presidency will solve all of his problems. Let me see. He just says this rubbish because this one said, look at this one. Let me see. Makere. Where is Makere University? Let me do a quick Google search. Kampala, Uganda. Yeah, I thought so. I thought she looked like somebody from that region. This one is say, thank God, oh, you run for your dear life. That country and juju are 5 and 6. Remember when the other gender baked her juju cake? Were you there when she baked her juju cake, or is this something that he told you? This one says, this one is from Uganda. All the people that are saying Nigerians. Come and see Uganda. This one say, we remember when the other gender baked her juju cake, begging on their knees with her father for you to forgive her and go back. Had you eaten, probably by now you'll be inside bottle or turned into yam. Can you imagine? Every accusation is a confession. Yeah. Talking about juju cake or whatever. You were not even there. And this man that is a liar, how do you even know that he's not lying to you? He didn't want cake because he wanted money. He didn't want cake. If she was going to give her juju, do you think it's with cake? Who's been doing the cooking? Hasn't she been the one doing the cooking? And she really was about that life. And now they are mocking with the fact that the father knelt down and be begging this man. Ah, that's in pain me. An African man kneeling down to beg son-in-law. Ah, to fiakwa. Fiakwa unjo. Now they are using it to mock that the father was kneel on his knees, begging son-in-law. Like, this whole situation is such a stomach churning thing. Exactly. Somebody said when you block them, you will remain with 0 followers. And we know you survive on the money from Facebook. So when you block them, where you eat from? Yeah. Yeah. Imagine if she was going to give you juju cake. It won't even be a cake. It won't even be when you guys are fighting. It will give you when you guys are on good terms. She's the one doing the cooking. Mm. Anyways, so he wants to block, let him block. He's a hypocrite. You know, he's a revisionist historian. He wants to pretend as if this past few years did not happen. You can't, oh. You can't pretend like it didn't happen. It happened. Be a man and own it. Be a man and own your role in all of it. Now that they are no longer buying the rubbish that you are selling, now that they are like, you must be the bad seed in this story. Now that their eyes are opening, thanks to your own actions. So it was you that led them to see you for who you really are. Now that they know you for who you are, you no longer you want to block them. If you block them, like I asked you before, who's gonna watch you? Your people don't care about you. Nobody cares about you. If you block them, you will even become poorer than you already are. How are you going to pay your studio apartment? How are you going to buy your burger without cheese that you feed your malnutritious meals that you feed the children? How? Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. I don't talk, I'm finished. And let's wait and see what else he's going to post another time, and then we can come and address it, because he's not going to rewrite history. You can't think that because you can't, like, he does this whenever he feels like maybe people who have been critical of him, whenever he feels like they are not, like, whenever he feels like they are not paying attention to him, that's when he tries to lie and rewrite history and paint a false narrative of the situation. That's when he does that. So yeah, I'm going to be here reminding you the thing that you enjoyed, the thing that you had no problem with. All of a sudden you want to come and claim that she's a different person that you married, when back in 2018, you were defending her. Back in 2018, you were defending her. You were shaming people. You were calling people keyboard warriors for saying whatever it was that they were saying. You were shaming people, defending her, revealing that you were the one recording those videos and whatever. And now you want to come and pretend, and now you want to lie. Like I was saying before, if this was just a scenario where he comes out and he's like, guys, I know that I supported this before, I encouraged it before, but it was just me, my misguided way of thinking that I was supporting my wife or whatever, but my values have changed now, things have changed, blah, blah, blah. If that's what he's even saying, I'll still drag him, but that will even make sense. But for him to try and pretend as if he was not the one supporting her by claiming she's not the woman he married. That woman is not doing one thing now that she didn't do before. The only difference is that she cut you off financially. You're no longer privy to her money. You no longer have access to her money. That's the only difference. She's not doing anything differently today than she did those years ago when you were defending her. So shut up. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. Okay. I like this comment. This comment is funny. Oh my gosh, this comment is funny. Somebody says, where is the comment? Oh my gosh, Hilary Shad says, maybe he should have eaten the cake. He will still be eating her money. Right? You didn't eat the cake. Look at your life today. Maybe if you had eaten the cake, you'd still be rolling in the money, pretending as if you are like you are in a loving relationship, supporting relationship. Look at your life. Maybe really, if you had eaten the cake, maybe you still would be married today, eating money, traveling at at her dime, reaping the reward, reaping the benefits of all of her hard work. Maybe you should have eaten the cake, because you not eating the cake led to your own demise. Now you are moving from a very expensive house that you had no business renting in the first place to now living in a studio. The next place you're going to be residing at Skid Row with the homeless, with the unhoused. They say saying homeless is bad now, so you'll be living with the unhoused. From that studio, you're going to be living among the unhoused in Skid Row. Should I eaten the cake? You should have had a cake. You should have had a cake, ho. Oh my God, Linda say unhoused. Yeah, that's what they call it now. If you say homeless, they say homeless is politically incorrect. So now they have renamed it. They are now called the unhoused. I don't know what's the difference. Unhoused or homeless, so you still don't have a home. You still don't have a home. Oh my gosh. So yeah, you should have eaten the cake. Because if you had eaten the cake, you probably still will be married to her today. Okay? So whose loss is it then? Your loss. So shaming her with the cake and all this other rubbish, like it's dumb. Oh, the juju cake, the juju cake, the juju cake, the juju cake. You didn't eat the juju cake, but see your life. If you're like, if you had eaten the juju cake, you probably will still be enjoying. Okay, while she's suffering, struggling for you. Hmm. Exactly, Lena. But the Lena says, but the idea of but the idea of not having a home gets ignored. Exactly. They are so busy focusing on words and semantics, and whereas homeless people, unhoused people are still homeless, are still unhoused. They should give me a break, Jerry, with that their rubbish. Nick and Nikia Gracie, I love your laugh. Thank you. No, it's so funny. If he had eaten the cake, he will still have money. He will still be enjoying now. He won't have to worry about where his next rent is going to come from. Okay. He wouldn't have made such a drastic move, moving from a four-bedroom home to a studio. Sheesh. He didn't even move to a three-bedroom. He didn't even move to a two-bedroom. He didn't even move to a one-bedroom. He moved to a studio. The ultimate downgrade. And at that rate, at the rate of his downgrading, that's why I say he's going to be having a permanent residence in Skid Row very soon. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys for the company. Please like this video. Can we get this to at least 100 likes? We're currently at 94. If we can just get this to 100 likes before, just round it up. It'll be good. Yeah. Yeah, he talked about Kale. Somebody said he talked about Kale living in a one bedroom. Exactly. Yep. Remember when he made a video mocking her, saying, I don't know why she's living in a one bedroom. She's a millionaire. That was like one of his first attempts to discourage people from sending money, from supporting her financially, by saying that she's a millionaire, she doesn't need money, he doesn't know why she rented a one bedroom, because she needed to plan her life. She needed the whole year, she needed a place to stay so that she can plan her life, she can know what to do with herself, make wise financial decisions, such as renting a one bedroom and planning for the future. And people told him to go and rent a stadium because they believe that that will impact his impact and increase his chance of gaining full custody, because the judge will look at KO one bedroom and look at his four-bedroom stadium and will say, oh yeah, this one. That's not how that works. So yeah, when you're planning your life, when you know what you want to do, you don't want to be in a rush, you don't want to make the wrong mistake, you don't want to make mistakes. You start small and then you strike. You start small, you plan your life. You see how she started? She started with a one bedroom. Do you know, if she had moved from a one bedroom to a two bedroom, it still would have been an upgrade. It still would have been a major upgrade, because she went from being kicked out of the home, giving 30 days to leave the home, to finding a one bedroom. And then even if she had moved to a two bedroom, then it still would have been like an upgrade, still would have been progress, compared to somebody that went from a four bedroom to a studio. Like the regression, it's embarrassing. That's the reason why he's yet to give them a tour. That's why he's here to give them a tour. Mhm. He's looking around for the next black girl that wants to enter into an interracial relationship so that he can use her again. That's what he's looking for. Somebody that he can use. Because he knows that there are so many, unfortunately, a lot of low self-esteem black people all over the world, not just limited to Africans, all over the world, who are more than happy. They can talk a good game and tell you, no, this cannot happen to, if this were a Caribbean sister or if this were a Black American sister, this will not happen. Not lie. He knows how to pick the weak women. He knows how to pick the women who are desperate and looking to be in an interracial relationship. Like, he knows how to pick his victims. He knows how to pick his targets. And that's why I say, if he had picked, do you know that? Anyways, so yeah, it's not, he just knows where to go. He knows how to talk to them. He knows buzzwords. He knows what to say that can let him know if this one is going to be an easy target for him, or if this one is going to be somebody that he can just, that he cannot mold, somebody that he cannot manipulate and take advantage of. He knows. He knows. He knows women who are weak and desperate and who are looking to, like, he knows what to say to them when he's talking to them. He has a criteria, he has a list, he says things, he tests them to see what they are willing to put up with. Okay, he knows. Anyways, guys, catch you later. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Bye.